So I've just downloaded CarX once again. Steam says I have 11 hours played on this game, and that was back in October 2021. So I'm basically completely new to the game again. And since then there have been a lot of new changes. So the plan is, in this video, to do a bit of a playthrough with a comparison between Forza and CarX at the end of the video. As always, let me know your guys' opinions in the comments below. So straight away I was struggling, I was spinning out left, right and centre and really could not get to grips with the game. I realised this was because of a few things. Number one, the game isn't very optimised for controller players. As you can see from the car jerking about, the steering is very weird. It will go from straight to full lock instantly, and during a corner the wheels will straighten out when you let go of the control stick. This means the steering does not follow the path of your car, causing you to spin out. In the real world, when you let go of the steering wheel mid-drift, the wheels will stay turned perpendicular to your drift. The next thing I quickly realised is I was using a stock car, so no camber, no caster, not much steering angle and low power. So I went back to the garage and made a car with the most power I could and created a quick drift tune, amping up the camber, caster and steering angle. Then with about 20 minutes of practice I finally got the hang of drifting in CarX. It's still very weird because of the steering issues like I said, but with a good tune and better control settings I was able to at least hold a drift. I do think that there is a big advantage to using the steering wheel on CarX, just like Assetto Corsa, but unlike Assetto Corsa you can manage just fine with a controller. That is, as long as you practice a fair amount. One thing I have noticed is the tune on your car is very realistic. Unlike Forza, where you can jump in almost any car, bump up the power, put the drift suspension on and it will become a game winning car. So after a few hours of messing about with the tunes and settings, I jumped into this S15 and tried out the Tandem Drifting. Now obviously I'm still not very good at CarX, but I still had a go and it was still great fun. Basically, you set a lead run in your car, then the computer saves this lead run and plays it back to you just like the ghosts in the old Gran Turismo games. The idea is you use your first run as the lead run, then hop in the chase car and try to get as close to the lead car as possible, getting as many points as you can. I really like that the tandems are scored properly using the correct clipping points and judges scores. This is really good practice for CarX Top 32 Championship, where you compete in tandem drifting to win the championship, just like you would in Formula Drift. Now I'm not going to try the championship just yet as I'm still awful at the game, but in the future we shall see. The tandem offline mode could also come in very useful if you wanted to create some cinematic, photos and montage clips. So this is me attempting to chase my lead run, however like I said, I'm still really bad at the game so there's no need to judge. The next feature I'd like to talk about is the maps. There are a ton of different maps to choose from. You've seen a few in the video already and honestly they all look so good. They really do focus on attention to detail. They range from Formula 1 tracks such as Silverstone to airfields to Japanese tow tracks like the one on screen here. I reckon with a VR headset and a wheel, this could be an absolutely amazing game to get fully immersed in for hours on end. I do also think there's custom maps in the game, however I haven't looked into this yet so please don't quote me on that, but if there is, that could lead to some amazing tracks in the future and increase the longevity of this game. So after playing about offline for a bit, I jumped into an online free play lobby filled with loads of other people where we were messing about trying to twin with each other, and as it was filled with people with all different skill levels, it was fun seeing other people spin out while trying to chase me, and likewise it was cool trying to chase people who were much better than me. This is honestly something I've really missed in Forza. Although open drifting is fun, it's more competitive and it's a bit of a glitch where you just put on the drag tyres and then you just drift about. It's not really drifting, it's sliding uncontrollably, getting as many points as you can. There's no real twinning, there's no real control over the car, it's just going for points. Whereas in CarX open lobbies, people are there for having a laugh, bit of a mess about, just trying to get that nice twin with each other. So in conclusion, what is better, CarX or Forza? Well, that honestly depends. If you want to focus on drifting, especially if you have a steering wheel setup, then CarX without a doubt. The customization you have in CarX is much better. Every little tweak to your alignment and suspension setup changes the car massively, and you really do have to practice to become good at the game. Whereas with Forza, like I said, drifting for high points becomes more of a glitch. You put on the drag tyres in an all-wheel drive car and you're sliding about almost uncontrollably, and drifting rear-wheel drive in Forza almost becomes a bit pointless. This is because one, it's so easy to drift rear-wheel drive cars in Forza, and two, when you're drifting in open lobbies, you'll be met with people in random all-wheel drive glitchy cars like an all-wheel drive Fiat 500 that will smoke you and beat you on points every single time, even if you're in a 1500 horsepower Supra or something like that. Also, there's no clipping points or anything, there's no real correct lines to drift in Forza, so it does come a little bit pointless and a little bit less of a skill gap. If you're not a die-hard drifter and like an easier, more relaxed drifting experience, then Forza is definitely the game for you. You can simply pick up the controller, jump in almost any car as long long as it's rear wheel drive, and go for a skid. It's not that hard. But let me know what you guys think. Do you play Forza? Do you play CarX? Do you play them both? Do you play with a steering wheel? Let me know in the comments down below. That just about wraps up this video. There's going to be more CarX videos, there's going to be more Forza videos, don't worry. I'm going to be trying out that top 32 that I mentioned in CarX. I'm going to be also trying out the Eliminator again back on Forza, because that is a bit of fun. So make sure you do stick around and hit that subscribe button.